We took a product that had been sitting on Amazon with zero traction and turned it into $10,000 in just 12 days. No PPC hocus pocus, no discounts, no coupons, just one tweak to the heart of the listing. And today, I'll show you exactly how. Oh, and before we dive in, if you're watching this and thinking, I'm just stuck and Amazon is just so stupidly confusing, then I put together a free resource called the 10-Step Amazon Fast Track. It shows you how to fix the 10 most common things that are killing your Amazon sales. Just comment the word fix and I'll send it right over. But look, everyone tells you to fix dead listings by running more ads or lowering prices or begging for reviews. But that's kind of like throwing gold glitter on a dumpster fire and calling it marketing. However, what if the problem isn't your visibility at all? Because most Amazon sellers unknowingly design their product pages to fail. And it has everything to do with what's going on in this image, but not like you think. Because here's the truth about the Amazon buying process. Money follows attention. So first, you need to earn the click by getting attention. But then, once you have the click, you've got just 5 seconds to keep their attention and convince them to stay, or they bounce. Those 5 seconds are like trying to hold a toddler's attention in a room full of bubble wrap and snacks. I mean, look at all the stuff Amazon throws at your shopper to get them to click away from your listing. But good news, stopping the bounce is what this image is all about. And the key to this image is what is called the desire loop. And the desire loop is not about features, ingredients, or even benefits. Instead, it's all about creating an emotional trigger that confirms what the shopper already wants to believe. And for Freezing Clear, that meant showing freedom. No more hiding warts, no more awkward glances, just confidence in sandals, in shorts, and in your own skin. But don't let the simplicity of this image fool you. It was engineered to awaken a hidden hope. And when that hope was confirmed, something clicked. Not logic, not persuasion, but permission. And permission changed everything. Because once the buyer feels permission to believe, they stop looking for proof. And that's the switch. It's no longer a debate, it's just alignment. And that shift, it created the desire loop that took this listing from stuck to scaling without even touching PPC. And look, when we began to adjust other factors, that 10K was just the launch, because sales continued to lift to $68,000 a month in just 28 days. So here's the shift. Once you can spot these emotional triggers, you can start planting them intentionally. And not just in one image, but across your entire Amazon presence. And when you align those emotions with your buyer's hidden story, that's when things really take off. Let me show you exactly what I mean, because this next move is where the real engine comes to life. Because there's a hidden moment in every sale when something clicks. The buyer stops asking questions and just sees themselves in the outcome. That's not persuasion, that's identity. And it's also the hidden green light this one image has to give the shopper. But it does so in a very specific way, because it reflects the customer's ideal identity back to them. This is the "that's me" moment. And when it lands, the sale feels obvious. For Freezing Clear, it wasn't just a wart remover. It was a path back to self-confidence. This is where the feelings wheel can become a super powerful tool. Look, some Amazon sellers understand that listings need emotions to sell. But sadly, most sellers stay here in the center, staying safe with vague emotions like happy or sad. But the real conversion triggers live on the outer edge of the feeling wheel, like helpless, embarrassed, ashamed. Likewise with this listing, we didn't just talk about the treatment. We talked about the fear of being seen, and then went to the edge of the feelings wheel, touching on embarrassment, but also giving buyers a vision of themselves beyond embarrassment. And that's what made them say yes. Look, the desire loop, doesn't chase the buyer. It magnetically draws them in by reflecting who they secretly hope to be. And once we saw that loop working in the second image, we didn't just stop there. We replicated it everywhere. We built that same emotional certainty into the A+ content, into the listing video, and even influencer scripts. Every part of the page echoed that same identity trigger. And when this message aligned across every touch point, sales didn't just climb, they skyrocketed. Freezing Clear went from $68,000 a month to over $200,000 a month because the desire loop wasn't a one-time trick. It became the engine of the brand on Amazon. And hey, real quick, I'm about to show you exactly where your listing is breaking down. But if you're into this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. Every new subscriber is like a little shot of espresso that fuels my next video. So thank you. Now, here's the brutal truth. If you don't know your buyer better than they know themselves, your marketing will be a bit like grandma browsing TikTok, lost, confused, and one cat video away from deleting the internet. But sadly, this is the part that most sellers skip because it's just not sexy. Yet, without it, your images miss, your bullets flop, and your sales never take off. And it's not more creativity you need, it's customer clarity. And that's where most sellers fall apart. They guess, they assume, or worse, they copy their competitors. So if you want to know what your second image needs to say, start by listening. Not to gurus, not to competitors, but to your actual buyers. Look at your reviews, or even your competitors' reviews. And yes, even off Amazon reviews. The emotions you need are all over those reviews. But here's where it gets fun, because this is where you stop reacting and start designing your own desire loop. Here's the simplest way to begin. Pull up your listing, look at this image, that second image in your own image stack, and ask this question. What emotion is this image making my buyer feel? If the answer isn't immediately obvious, or if it isn't aligned with what you hope they feel, you're leaking sales and giving away rank to your competitors. So take that emotional goal and reverse engineer your second image around it, and then repeat it in your A+ content, your bullets, your video, and yes, even on your packaging. And if you want a step-by-step system to build this out, the same system that helped take Freezing Clear past $200,000 a month, this video has a full blueprint on how to build real Amazon sales. So click that video and I'll show you how easy it all can really be.